What's up, everybody? We back. R2C2. Another week. I'm on the road. What's good?
Hey, because you're on the road, we decided it was worth it to release Thursday afternoon, evening, rather than Thursday morning, because you've roped in a special guest with you from Tampa, Florida, an R2C2 favorite, Yankee center fielder Aaron Hicks joining the program with you in Tampa, see?
Yep.
Aaron?
See, today, it was terrible today for me. I gotta practice coaching, bro.
Yeah, bro.
All right, Aaron, give us your impressions of C as a coach today.
I only saw him during live BPs, and all he said was, "Bro, this is boring." So that's the first thing we got.
Oh man, it's just so much standing around, guys. It's just standing around and watching people throw, like watching people be active. Like, I don't know. I don't know if this is for me.
Do you want to be like a pinch runner throughout practice, or what do you want to do to be more active?
I had the opportunity to do that and turn that down too. So
hey, maybe or just throw BP.
I should throw BP.
Can your arm take that at this point?
Yeah, I could probably throw. I could probably throw from that distance. Yeah, for sure.
Did you ever rehab your shoulder surgery?
No. I just got jacked, cuz.
I know. What were you doing today as Coach C at Yankees camp? And was this the first time you've done that, C? Where you've been in uniform?
Remember, I was here right before it shut down in 2020.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it was just hanging out, just, being around the guys and having a chance to, sit down and talk baseball and kind of chop it up is a lot of fun for me.
Man, Aaron, is it weird to think about that this is already going to be like your guys' third season there without C? It feels like he's like still in that clubhouse.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. I mean, CC definitely has he's extremely noticeable in the locker room. But also too, just hearing him talk and laugh and just kind of his whole vibe is definitely what helps out a locker room for sure.
Man, what does it feel like going back right now? Like, does it feel like you're still part of the team? Does it feel weird? Like, how does that feel right now?
No, it feels normal to me to walk in that clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? I guess no matter who's in there, it's just trying to figure out the coaches, like the coaching staff. Like it was like
you don't even know these people. Yeah.
No, I mean, and not in a bad way. It's just like I haven't been around in 2 years, so I don't know a lot of the people. So it was one guy this morning. I know I introduced myself to him twice, like in the coaches room.
Oh my God!
So it's just. But like being around the players and Robbie and Lou and seeing Booney and Ben and Zillow, that's like my comfort zone. So being down here is just like being home for sure.
That's good. So it doesn't feel like you're the dude do you feel like, I'm trying not to step on toes, or do you or is it just like, all right, I know I'm just going to be here and like my presence is just like something?
No, I mean, I don't feel like my presence is something. I just don't care about stepping on people's toes. Especially in a baseball clubhouse. It's just, it's a lot of fun. I mean, just getting a chance to sit around the table this morning and chop it up with Monty and Britt and Chad and, Hicksy and Hart. Like it was, it felt like old times.
It's funny, Aaron, because you guys have obviously had a lot of change over the last, few years, but you also have a lot of guys who've been there a while now. If you think about it, between everybody who C just named, right? And then, think about Judge, you think about Stanton, who's now been there for a while, even Voit, who's been there for a while, and Higgy, Chapman. Like for as much as there's been little moves here and there's been a lot of continuity over the last 3, 4, 5 years, it feels like. Does it feel like that in the room to you, Aaron?
No, man. To me, it feels like we got new guys coming in all the time.
Yeah.
Because I mean, last year obviously Riz came in, and then now he's back. But I feel like there's just been a lot of changes, especially on the pitching side. with Blake coming in and all those guys. And then we got a new training staff. Not training staff, strength staff coming in, and that was new. So it just seems like a lot of changes going on.
You know what though? Like here in New York, it's just because people come and go. It's so many different people. Like there is like usually 6 or 7 people that are the same in the clubhouse. But then there's so many other like relieving pitchers or starters or utility guys that you don't even realize so many moving parts. And then it's just like it's crazy. It feels like it's changing all the time. You don't really realize that you have been playing with certain guys for 3 or 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, because I mean, when I first got here, Romine was here, Betances was here, and all these guys are gone, and then now I got new guys coming in, and I mean that just kind of goes with being on a team for so long that there's just going to be more guys shuffling in and out that you got to get to know.
What is it like? I don't know that we've ever really dove into this, because it's just part of the business. But Aaron, when we've had you on in the past, a lot of times we've had you with Didi, and you guys had this like special dynamic. And so I guess specifically, I'd want to ask, what has it been like for you to not have him there? And then like, what is it like when you have a good friend who's not there anymore? I mean, I guess it happens. It's part of your business, but like, I mean, how sad is it? How much do you feel it?
I mean, I feel it a lot, I mean, when I came here, I had Didi, and then Didi left, and then I had Romine for 1 year, and then Romine left, and then I had Betances, and then Betances left, what I mean? But it just is what it is, what I mean? It's a part of what we got going on, and we're always trying to make our team better. And so with that, guys are going to come and go. But, you still keep those relationships, what I mean? Like I just went and had dinner with Didi not too long ago. And, I was talking about trying to meet Betances when I was back in the DR. So, I mean, you just keep those relationships and, it is what it is.
Yeah. I feel sad for you guys, though. It's like you're going through high school. And like you make a good friend, and then freshman year, like one of them moves away, and then like sophomore year, another one moves away, and then junior year, it's like.
I mean, but but she was telling me that whenever you face one of your friends' sons, that's how you know you've been in there too long.
If you get to face Dylan's son, it's time to go home, guys.
Gosh, that is hilarious.
For me, it was when Andy retired, bro. I was so sad the next spring training. Like my catch partner, like my dinner partner, everything I did was with Andy. So when he retired, I was fucking lost.
Yeah,
like it kind of shook me a little bit for sure.
Yeah,
dude, it shook me too, and I didn't get to go to dinner with him at all. It's just like, I don't know if you know this, Aaron, but Andy's my favorite athlete of all time. I don't know if I've ever described this to you, though. Like his last start when he threw that complete game in Houston, I was on the plane, so I couldn't watch it. I was flying somewhere for work. And I'm like avidly following it, like, what he's doing. And I got emotional when I saw he threw the complete game. And I realized I was like.
You started crying?
I don't know if I cried, but I definitely was like choked up, Hey, let me tell you something. I was bawling when he went to Houston when I was a senior in high school. Oh my gosh, I was bawling. But I literally, like, I remember having this moment where I was like, you know what? I am never going to feel like this tied to an athlete. Like I'm never going to root this hard for one athlete again until I watch my kids play sports. Like really, because like Andy was my guy growing up, like Andy was my favorite player from the time I was, 9 years old. So like I still felt close to him at 25 or 26 or whatever it was, but that's like kind of like the last hook of that childhood favorite athlete relationship, and like, because even though I had obviously a different interest, like rooting for you, that was more like rooting for a friend. You know what I mean? It's not a favorite player.
That's like deep rooted. That's like why you like the Yankees. Like, but I was actually like, who would that athlete be for you?
For what?
Like that one guy that you like tie your childhood to that you rooted for.
Well, I mean, mine would be Torii Hunter. I grew up watching Torii Hunter play. So, and that was a guy I always wanted to be like. I wanted my game just like him. I wanted to climb up the wall just like him. Like there was a whole bunch of stuff that came from my game, came from him. And then, for me, I was able to have him as a teammate. So that even made it that much better.
I thought for sure he was going to say Tiger Woods, bro.
Yeah, Tiger, but that's on the golfing side, though. You know what I mean?
I thought for sure he was going to say Tiger. I laid that up for you.
You did, but I'm talking about baseball, baby. You know, that's my guy right there, Torii Hunter. But if we was on, a podcast of golf, I'm gonna be like Tiger Woods, man. You know what I mean? He was winning all the time. I mean, when somebody's winning at a clip at 22% every tournament he goes into, I mean, it's a knockout the park, easy.
When you first met Torii Hunter, what do you remember about that interaction, being his teammate?
I mean, I met him beforehand, so
okay.
I met him.
How about the first time you met him then?
All right, so I met Torii when I was rookie and I was making my debut on opening day. And we were playing against the Tigers. He was with the Tigers at the time. And I didn't really say much because I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to talk to him because there were so many things I wanted to ask him, but I didn't want to just completely just start talking a lot to where the point where he's just like, all right, I ain't going to talk to this dude no more. You know what I mean? He's just going to keep talking. But yeah, that was my first time meeting him.
And then as you're like observing him when he's your teammate, are you like asking questions? Are you saying like, hey, what do you do? What do you do on this angle? What do you on a cutoff, man? I don't know. Are you like getting little pointers like that?
For me, I was just trying to keep it cool. Like I was just trying to like not geek out on this dude. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
A lot of it was just about outfield work, you know what I mean? Because it was just easier. We're out there for a longer period of time and just talk to him about, what kind of routes he takes, what kind of setup is good for him, and just kind of just learning on that more of that aspect. And then the more and more our relationship got on, I obviously started talking about hitting and just life in general. You start to get that relationship that you've always wanted with your favorite player, and it became special.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. See, is there someone like that for you?
Like that I rooted for, like big time as a kid,
and then became like a mentor of sorts early in your career in any ways.
No, not so much. But I mean, like the person that I would tie to my childhood that I rooted for was Bo Jackson.
Yeah,
and the person that like gave me the, I guess, idea to make me think that I can play all these different sports. You know what I'm saying? Like to turn into an athlete was from Bo Jackson. So. I mean, I rooted for him in Kansas City, White Sox. I mean,
and he was a Raider.
And he was a Raider.
Yeah,
but it was always Bo Jackson. Always Bo Jackson.
That's interesting, man. He was there. Like, I'm trying to think of. Would you have gotten? Have you gotten any kind of moment to meet Bo?
I've never met Bo. I just had somebody gave me a Bo Jackson helmet for my birthday a couple years ago. But I don't even know if I don't want to meet him, to be honest.
Yeah, to keep that, yeah.
Like, I wouldn't know what to say
because
I convey what he meant to me. So there's no point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, you could meet your favorite, that person, and then he completely just shatters that. you know what I mean? And that's like the worst thing. You know what I mean? Especially being an athlete, like you always want to have, ways that you communicate with other people that are fans of yours, and you want to keep it, as good as possible. So that way, they still have that great memory of you as a player, and then meeting you as a person is the exact same.
Or I will say it could go amazing. Like the first time I met Andy and every subsequent time since, he was incredible.
Andy's a different human. We don't know.
We don't know what Bo's like,
or anybody else. We know Andy's a different kind of human.
Hey,
though, so.
Does Bo keep a really low profile? Like I'm trying to think. Like you don't see Bo out there a lot, do you?
The only time I see him is like Heisman. Like when it comes around the Heisman year and they do those commercials, the Heisman commercials, and then every now and again on his Instagram riding his bike. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that. I know you're nervous to meet him, but I feel like that should be an R2C2 pilgrimage at some point. Us going to meet your favorite athlete.
Oh, that'd be insane, bro. Like for sure. Especially if we can do it like in Vegas, like at the Raiders Stadium. Like,
yeah.
Can I come? Can I come?
Yeah, sure. You never see him go back to do Raiders stuff though, right? Like,
right. I have to tell you, I can't remember the last time I've even seen him interviewed on anything. Like I can't.
Oh, no, I've seen him. He's still like Jack, guys. Like he looks like Bo Jackson. Yeah,
that should be a trip for us. That should definitely be a trip. Now, Aaron, how about the first time you met Tiger? I'm assuming you've met Tiger at this point. Yeah?
Yeah, I met Tiger.
Yeah.
But the first time I met him, so the first time I seen him was I was playing in the Riviera Pro-Am. And I'm coming down to, I just see a huge commotion going on. And it's Tiger walking down. And I remember I was with Moustakis at the time, and we both did the exact same thing where he came down, we saw him, he was, he was getting away from the people that was trying to get autographs from him. And he like looked at us, and we both just like, and he looked away, and we was like, bro, what just happened? You know what I mean? But the first time I actually got to meet him and talk to him was at this event. And it was awesome. We were talking golf. We were talking about growing up in Long Beach, California, but he was in Cerritos, and playing at Hartwell Golf Course, where I grew up playing golf and learning how to play golf, and it was the exact same for him. So there's a lot of similarities there, especially growing up in the same spot.
Have you guys played together yet?
No, we have never played together. No.
That's got to be on the docket, though, right? That's coming at some point, right?
I mean, hopefully.
Yeah. Come on, Cheyenne, get that done.
My wife. So there's I mean, I'm sure at some point we will get out there and go play, and it's exciting.
Oh man, that's really cool, dude. That's really cool.
I kind of really want to play with Charlie though.
Right?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like Charlie got a little swagger to him, and I was like, I want to play with him. So that'd be fun.
But everybody was so into watching Charlie. Like that was so cool. See, we even I think we started one of our pods talking about it after that tournament, right?
Yeah, I was locked into that, man. It was just cool to watch him, and like you said, his swag, and just having a chance to play with like when do you, I mean, besides, you playing with Torii, but when do you ever get a chance to play with the greatest, in an event and get to learn from them? You know what I'm saying? Kobe never got a chance to play with Jordan like that. You know what I'm saying? So
it's very rare.
That is rare where you get that kind of experience, and just happens to be his dad, so it's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And for those who don't know, because it's public, I can say here, Aaron is engaged to Cheyenne Woods. That's why I made that reference there. For anybody in the audience who is married now. Married now. Got you. All right. I missed a step, Aaron. I missed a step. How was the wedding, Aaron?
It was good. It was awesome. It was nice and small, just how we like it. It was super intimate. She got mad because I didn't invite him.
I didn't get no I just saw the damn pictures on Instagram. I'm like, bro, I called him right away.
What happened here?
I know, man. We just wanted something small with the family. All right, we wanted something intimate.
Questions like me now.
We wanted it intimate.
I get it though. I get it. What's funny is Andrea and I went through the whole wedding thing because we were gonna have a big wedding. Then COVID hit. We ended up getting married with just 11 family members. That's it. But even going through it, when we were going to have it wider, it's not easy making that guest list, man. Oh my goodness. It is.
It's really not. Because then you got friends that get mad if they don't get invited.
You know what's crazy is when you're doing the wedding guest list, you really drawing a line in the sand. Who your friends are. If it's a big wedding, you know what I'm saying? You got to cut some people off. That person's no longer your friend. And he's going to be pissed or she's going to be pissed if they didn't get invited. So having a bigger wedding is way more stressful.
Yeah.
Because you really got to pick your friends, guys.
And I'm not trying to deal with that.
Way more stressful, man. Way more. And you also have these groups, right? Where it's well, if you invite this person, then you got to invite that person. If you
Yes.
invite that
Yep.
person, again,
Exactly.
and it's like, man, well, if I invite Tim, then I'm going to end up with 37 more people. So, like,
Yep.
sorry, Tim. And then all of a sudden,
Yep.
your friendship with Tim is gone, you know?
And now your whole group chat is fucking thrown off.
Exactly. By the way, I just realized I actually do have a good friend, Tim, who I did invite to my wedding. So, Tim, I want you to know I was not actually thinking of you when I said that.
Tim,
I
you
just
didn't make the list,
No,
guys.
no, no, no.
You didn't make the list, Tim.
I was just picking a random ass name. I swear. That's it. Aaron, how about just like you went and played in the DR this offseason, right? What was that experience like? Why did you think that was important for you to do?
I mean, the experience was amazing. You know, being able to just kind of go to new places and play kind of gives you that culture, you know what I mean, of being able to know what it's like to play in these leagues, to kind of have just conversations with other people, you know what I mean, to be like, yo, have you ever played in the DR? And then, you know, strike on a conversation. But I had a blast. The one thing that kind of tripped me out, though, is I was in the batter's box and my song was playing, right? So what they do in the DR is they keep the song rolling, right? so as soon as you step in, right, they turn the music off, the pitch is thrown, and then your song comes right back on. So I was like, yo, what's going on right now? And
That's amazing.
that kind of threw, yeah. And I was like, yo, we need to have this in the States because like it kept the fans in play the whole time, especially if they like the song that you're playing. And so I had Dale Vieja Dale, and they was out there, they was getting it in, you know, they was dancing, and I, you know, that for me, like I enjoyed that, the fact that, you know, they enjoyed the song that I had, you know, obviously had an American song, but also wanted to be cultured at the same time and be able to, you know, let the people know that are watching me play that, you know, like I enjoy this kind of music too. You know, and you know, it was man, I had a blast.
I'm just thinking you probably had to pick two songs because your at-bats be long as a motherfucker. It's always like 8 or 9 pitches most of the time.
Oh, that's terrific. I actually, you probably feel a rhythm on that, right? Like, I mean, it's got to be a different feeling when you're playing like that.
Yeah, because I mean, it kind of keeps you in tune, you know, especially if you got a song that really flows with kind of how you hit, you know, and it makes it, man, it makes it fun, you know, to know that not only do the song that you like, but it's also other people in there, you know what I mean? You take a pitch, you foul the ball off, and you see the people and they over there dancing like that. That feels good to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I picked a good song. You know what I mean? But
that's great, man.
You're going to get the organ, cuz that's what you're going to get at Yankee Stadium. You're going to be playing the piano organ. Like, if they did play music like NBA, that's what they do in the NBA. Mm-hmm. They'll just start playing music in the middle of a possession.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it makes the game fun. It keeps like the rhythm of the game, like you said, going.
100%. I do like I do like that feeling. It's also funny because like every once in a while I'll be doing an NBA game and like you hear the music going and like you'll be like, wait, this is how to play. You know what I mean? Like there's something like like this is defense music. Why are they playing this on offense? You know, or something like that.
Yeah.
They got playlists too.
Yeah, they do.
Maybe have
the DJs. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. The sickest one I've seen was Steph Curry. He hit the 3 to win the game in San Francisco a couple of weeks ago, but they was playing Mac Dre right at the time. Like right when they started playing the song, he shot the shot, and it looks like a TikTok or something. But it like happened in the arena. Like shit's crazy. It's dope.
Don't you think you could like? There's got to be some way where you could manipulate that to like cue players for plays or something like that. Like have some kind of right. Like I mean, there must be some sort of regulation against that I should know about that I don't. But like you could have some custom track built that tells somebody when to set a screen. I don't know. like something like that.
Having plays for certain songs.
Yeah. like if the Astros were a basketball team, they definitely would have tried it by now.
That sounds like some Astro shit.
100%. Aaron, how are you feeling physically? Because part of the reason you went to the DR, right, is because you're working your way back from injury after, you know, last year, getting only to play 32 games. How are you feeling right now in your recovery and heading into spring training? Are you full go?
Yeah, I'm full go. I mean, I went to the DR to prove to myself, that my wrist was good to go, because I don't want to go into spring training having something to think about, so I wanted to go to the DR and make sure that I'm fully ready to go. I needed to slide head first. I needed to slide on my leg to feel that brace. I needed to feel it all, and also I wanted to work on stuff. So, I wanted to hit the ball the other way. I wanted to steal bases. So I worked on everything. I wanted to bunt. I did all that stuff and to ultimately get ready for this year and be able to, have my play, kind of be different, and kind of hone it back and stop trying to hit home runs all the freaking time and just try to, hit it all over the place and become a problem. I want to be a problem when I'm in the box. And, that's kind of the reason why I had to go do all that stuff.
Who do you talk to when you're trying to learn that approach, Aaron? How do you go about it? Because it sounds like you're making a conscious decision to change what you're thinking when you're in the box. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when I was in Minnesota right before I got traded over, I hit the ball to left field a lot, and I hit the ball on the ground a lot. So I mean, obviously, I understand how that works, and I understand how I have an approach for that. So. I mean, as far as for me, it's kind of like what it goes back to. I started hitting with my old AAA coach right before all that stuff happened, and he's the one that knew me best. He knew that swing. He knew what I had to do to get prepared for every single game. So I went back to him to work with him, and we kind of got that dialed in. And then when I came back, I can't talk to him no more. But but what I mean. But it is what it is. But I continue that process. And now I feel good.
That's so interesting, Aaron, and that's going to be interesting just to watch that play out in the box. So do you have any goals as to what it will look like if you are, this new type of hitter you're looking to be or looking to get back to this season, what that looks like either via statistics or at bats or certain markers, what your vision for that is for this year?
I've always wanted to be a 30-30 guy.
Man,
there's something special. There's something special about a 30-30 guy. To be able to steal 30 bases and hit 30 homers. And one of the things that me and my trainer always talked about is that you got to set your goals and you got to be on it to be able to get there. And I want 30, 30, 100. I feel like that's a phenomenal season, and I'm definitely capable of doing it. But the 30 stolen bases is definitely something that just got added in, and because I have speed, and I want to utilize it in every aspect of my game.
How about it's interesting? So, but the 30 home runs is a lot of home runs, and you're talking about getting away from trying to hit home runs. So by getting away from trying to hit home runs, you actually think you may hit more home runs?
Yes.
It's funny. Baseball's a weird game, isn't it? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah.
That 1,000%, if he stopped trying to hit home runs, he would hit a lot more home runs.
Yeah. It's so funny. And you know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So hard. It's a hard game because trying harder doesn't necessarily help results. It's the weirdest thing. It's like golf in that regard, right? You try and crank it and now it's in the woods, So how about, Aaron, just when you're away from the team for as much as you had to be last year, and now you guys have this weird off season, and you're you're back in camp for a few days now. Does it feel like, oh yeah, this is my home, or does it feel like I have to reprove myself? How do you feel right now, just at the start of camp after going through, what you went through last season?
I mean, for me, is I gotta remind my teammates how good I am. It is what it is. When you sitting on the bench, you're not helping us. So you start to feel some kind of way about all that stuff. And for me, I need to show them again that what kind of player I am and how much I help this team, and kind of make sure that I'm doing everything possible to help this team win each day.
Aaron, I think one of the things that the team really missed from you last year too is the switch hitting. That's a part of it that you bring to the table, obviously, that's so unique and balances out the lineup significantly. I don't know if we've ever talked to you about this, but what's the key to feeling good from both sides of the plate at the same time?
Man, that's the $1 million question. You know what I mean? Like, I've talked to guys, a ton of switch hitters, and, you know, like, a lot of them have the same, you know, problems I did, you know, or I do, because a lot of it is spring training is hard because we got to learn both sides and we got to get both sides. And we also got to get the pitching for it. You know what I mean? Like, I need to face righties and I need to face lefties. And everybody says I always have a bad April. Like, I'm a May guy, and then I get going, you know. And I was talking to Jimmy Rollins, and he was like, yeah, man, listen, all you need to do is just work on a contact swing and then have that in the bag and then start to go from there. Because if I'm up there and I'm just trying to hit homers, that's a long way. You know what I mean? If you teach contact first and then after that you start hitting homers, that's what helps you out. And so that conversation was huge for me because as soon as I step in the box, like, I got one thing on my mind, and that's to go deep, you know. You know, the spring training is, I'm going to approach it differently than I have in the past because I understand that this is what's going to help me get ready to go earlier in the season instead of having that slow start and then get it going.
I like that.
Let me tell you something though, Rico. This is my little brother too, so I'm gonna say this. Today he was facing Wandy Peralta and got a base hit off of him. It was pissed off. Like, no, I want to take him. I'm like, cuz, that's a hit right there.
Yeah, but he disrespected me in the DR, though.
He did. How did Wandy disrespect you? Tell us the story, Aaron. Tell us the story.
All right, so we're in Escogido, and we're playing. And, you know, obviously when you have an opportunity to face your teammate, you want to be on top. You want to win, always. And so, you know, I get in the box, you know, I'm gigging a little bit, you know, he's smiling. So I'm like, okay, here we go. So I get in. As soon as I swing my bat back, he threw he slide step changeup.
He pitched you.
He quick pitched me on the first pitch. Wow. And, you know, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. We ain't playing no games. Okay. So I step back in, quick pitch again, changeup.
Oh my gosh, man.
And I was like, bro, what is you doing right now? I was like, you really trying right now. So then I got back in and I got ready this time. I was like, I ain't gonna give him no time to do none of that foolishness. And then he gave me that long hold.
Oh, no.
Change up again. And he struck me out. And so, you know, today was my get back. I was like, yo, I'm about to get him. And, you know, first pitch fastball regular. I was like, all right, he ain't playing no games. And then quick pitch fastball.
Base hit though. He wasn't hit a home run.
No. That was a ball.
Oh yeah.
And then quick pitch changeup. And then I hit the changeup.
Yeah.
Hey, if the approach is going to be just getting more base hits, you're going to have to be happy with the base hits, Aaron. You know, like, I mean, you're doing what you're trying to do.
You're right. But I'm ready for I'll say that for the regular season.
You want to get all your homers going now. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Or at least against Wandy.
Yeah. If Wandy's pitching, I'm going to try to go deep.
That's a great story and well told, man. That's why we love R2C2. Aaron, how about is there any feeling now in the clubhouse? And I know you guys only been there. How many days have you been there? 3, 4 days? 4 days. 4 days. Is there any feeling like the roster is unsettled and things could still happen because of the way the lockout went and knowing, hey, there's still some, big names out there, free agents, knowing that, teams weren't able to conduct business. And so now we're seeing a lot of trades. Is there any sort of unsettled feeling right now of okay, I know this is who we got on March 17th, but I feel like there's a good chance things could be different on March 25th.
No. I mean, I play for the New York Yankees. So if there's any kind of problem that they got going on, they're going to try to figure that out, and they're going to try to put whoever it is, and they're going to try to get them on our team. So, I mean, that's not my side of the business. You know what I mean? My side is to be ready to play every single day, and that's something I'm not going to worry about.
But for the whole clubhouse too, Aaron, is it kind of, does being a Yankee help you in that regard a little bit, where you guys just kind of know, you think so, is where it's just hey, this is what this franchise does. I just know at any moment they could do something to upgrade to win.
Anybody could be gone at any time when you're in the Yankee clubhouse, and that's what I was saying about so many guys shuffling in and out. Like nobody's really safe except for a few core guys. You know what I'm saying? So you play with so many guys and they shuffle in and out. But I think everybody feels that. Like I don't know if he feels that because he's a player about our roster, but I think every team feels that right now because it's just like the free agent rush. Like D-Rob just signed with Chicago. Like guys are getting added and subtracted from rosters every day all around the league. So I think just it's an unsettledness in the league. Yeah. Because Correa's still out there. Freddie just you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, just once everything settles in, and I think people will understand, like, okay, this is our roster, but right now, still anything kind of happen because there's so many free agents out there.
What'd you guys think about Freddie going to the Dodgers?
Man, I think the Dodgers just keep getting better, bro.
Loaded, huh?
Man, loaded. And then, say what you want, but a good move for the Braves.
Yeah.
Kudos to them. Like, when do you ever lose your franchise player, best player on your team, and then you can replace him with maybe an upgrade? You know what I'm saying? Like,
who's younger?
Who's younger? And like, I mean, that's like Seattle trading Russell Wilson and then signing Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never really replace your franchise player with another player of that caliber. Never ever happens. Like in any sport. So kudos to them to being able to retool and putting themselves right back in the race.
Yeah. It's interesting, Aaron. As an American leaguer, do you like if the Red Sox had the Dodgers lineup and Freddie Freeman went there, right? Obviously, that's something where you take note, right? Where you'd be like, wow, damn. Now, ultimately, though, you guys would have to at some point beat the Dodgers to be champions, right? In theory, right? Or a National League team. But do you take note of a National League team stacking up or not the way you do an American League team?
No, not at all. Because, I mean, the only time we're going to ever play them is in the playoffs. So why am I going to worry about them now? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of pointless for me to do that. So, I mean, obviously, they put themselves in a good position. So, I mean, I'm not going to worry about them until I have to.
That makes sense. How about Donaldson and Cole? How are they getting along? Are things wonderful between them and the Yankee clubhouse so far? Everything's good?
I mean, it's only been 2 days, but they're good, though. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as they came in, they were talking to each other, and that's pretty much all I know on that front. I mean, it's a pitcher and an infielder, so I ain't really around them.
And they're not going to have that much interaction, you know what I'm saying? Especially not in spring training.
See, have you ever had that where, like, you had a guy who you had some sort of maybe, like, beef with as opponents and then your teammates, and, like, it's either it's totally fine or there is some lingering, or, like, what that can be like? Can you think of a situation like that?
Carlos Beltran.
Really?
Yeah, Los didn't like me when he played for the Royals and I played for the Indians because I had to throw at him or I had to hit him. I think I either hit him or I missed him. But
and now you guys are so close.
And I honestly cannot remember, but I know he was Hicks, like really mad to the point where like he didn't talk to me at All-Star games or nothing. And then when he got traded over, we got super close. And you know what I'm saying? We close as we can be now, but he might be the only one.
Was there like a conversation when he got traded over where you had to kind of like sweep things under the rug, or just
we never talked about it? We never talked about it. We just like we on the same team now. Like we just went forward.
Yeah.
You know what? I think people like to get along. I mean, for the most part, people want to be friendly with each other. Like every once in a while, you're going to run into someone who's just like, "There's no bridge I can cross here. You're just, you're a nut job. Whatever. Okay, fine." But for the most part, I feel like, especially when you're being competitive, right? Like, there's going to be some of that. Like,
I never cared about people not liking me on my team. I don't give a fuck if you don't like me in my clubhouse. Like, I didn't care about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I only care about my teammates liking me. And that's it. Everybody else, I don't give a fuck about. So it didn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't bother me who didn't like me. As long as my guys like me and I'm cool, then it is what it is.
Yeah.
This is really funny to me. It reminds me of something. So, Aaron, the other day, I was talking with one of my good friends who's become friends with C as well, Sue Bird, about something came up, and I was like, talking about something, and I was talking about C in a social setting, and I was like, oh, if C was in that kind of setting, like he would be like kind of probably off to himself. He wouldn't be like holding court. That's like not what he does. And she could not believe it. She was like, what? He's like the most gregarious, welcoming dude. I was like, no. He is, but he's like a sneaky introvert. And like, he does not want to be like the center of attention at a cocktail party. Like, oh, Jerry, it's so good to see you. Like, apparently, like, no, it's like, that is not, right? Like, that's not what you want to be, man.
Absolutely not. No, I'm going to find a seat somewhere and probably sit down and put a game on.
Yeah.
And watch that while everybody else mingles.
But it's funny because you have, like, you are that, but you also have this gravitas. You know what I mean? To be like, maybe it's just a Godfather thing. You sit at the table, people come to you, kiss the ring.
Come, my kids.
Yeah. Right, Aaron? It's weird with him, though, because he's got that, right? He was the leader in the clubhouse, but he's also not, like, looking to just, like, chat it up 50 hours a day, Like, right? Am I describing this appropriately, you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah. I'm only friendly to who I'm friendly to. It makes sense.
Very
That's right. That's right.
I mean, you got to know me for me to, open up.
It's so true. It's so true. And not take it personally when you don't, because it's not that C doesn't like you. He just hasn't thought about you.
I'm just quiet.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Aaron, how about, the expectations this season for the team? Like, you guys have, I think, C and I have talked about this. I think we all would have been shocked if anybody told us after 2017 you wouldn't have won a World Series by now. But it's not necessarily an indictment of you guys. I mean, okay, to a certain degree, it can be, right? You haven't achieved ultimately what you wanted to, but also is an example of just how hard it is to win. It's really hard to win in professional sports, right? You can have all the pieces and it just, you could come up short for whatever reason. What is the, I guess the resolve, like the hunger, like to break through and get to that place?
I mean, the hunger is still there. I mean, when you get your heart broken so many times in a row, you just want it more and more. And obviously we're trying to do everything possible to change that. You know what I mean? Like I want a ring on my finger. I want to have something to tell my kids about, especially that I won a World Series. I'm a World Series champion. And, that's the ultimate goal, especially when you're playing in this sport, is to be a champion. And, when things aren't going your way, you have to keep finding ways. You know what I mean? If we're bad at something as a team, we need to change that. You know what I mean? We need to be in the top tier in every single category. It's the only way you do that. You know what I mean? If we're not stealing, we need to start stealing. You know what I mean? We need to figure out ways to make our team better in different ways.
So you guys talk about those things too, Aaron? Like, hey, these are areas on the margins where we can make a difference and steal a win here or there.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to make teams afraid of us. You know what I mean? Like, I think we need to have that, like, damn, the Yankees are coming in town. Like, we need to have that to where, every place we walk into, they're afraid to play us. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because and also when we go in there, we don't need to just beat them. We need to beat the dog shit out of them. Yeah, like, we need to just go there and just beat them to the point that when they show up the next day, like, they whooped and they're not trying to play that game. And that's the kind of vibe that we need, and that's what we're working towards.
How do you do that, C? How do you create a vibe like that?
You get in a fight.
Oh, that's tremendous. That is great.
You know what it is? It's just by playing hard, like going out and scrapping. When great teams, like good teams that have a lot of talent, play hard and they come out to try to beat your ass every day, you feel that. Like when I was with the Indians and the Yankees had those great teams in the early 2000s and, even all the way up to 2007, like we would get up to play that 3-game series in Cleveland or that 4-game series in the Bronx. But after you get your face smashed in the first 2 fucking games, you're like, damn.
Yeah, they wrong.
Like, they're really good and this is overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It can be too much. It's like the Astros in 2017 when they came to the Bronx. Like, it can be too much for you. You know what I'm saying? So if you scrap and play hard and and the other team knows that you're not going to give up until the 27th out is made, then I think that's where you get to where teams start to fear you.
Yeah.
It's not fear, because you don't fear anybody as a player, but it's just the fear having to play these motherfuckers like, my brain is going to hurt after I play these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And also, too, you exhausted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when they start running up the score on you. Like, I've been in the outfield where they just keep running the score up and up. And, like, when I wake up the next day, I'm like, bro, I don't want to
play them again. Like,
I need my rest.
Yeah.
Like, these dudes don't stop. Like they keep coming.
Next? Like, who we got, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you want to.
Like, you want to get deep in the bullpens. Like, you want to just run their bullpen out. You know what I mean? Because you hear it all the time. Oh, this guy ain't pitching today. This guy ain't pitching today. But if you got 5 dudes that you know ain't pitching, that's how you leave a team. You know what I mean? You leave a team that just can't. They can't do nothing.
That, it's interesting because I also think there's something to having an identity, right? Beyond just like being a good team. Like what is it? Like what is it that's like this Yankee team? What is it that's gonna stick? Like is it like, hey, when I know, kind of like when the Rays were first getting good and you knew like these dudes are gonna run all over us, like they're gonna take the extra base, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to play us. Or like if you're going up against a team that it's like, oh my gosh, like they're going to work the count relentlessly. I'm going to whatever it is, like, or like you know what? They got some nasty to them. Like they're not afraid to talk crap, but whatever it is, like, I do think that there is value to that. So I like you saying that, Aaron, because, maybe it is. Maybe it's about this team, not just being like, hey, we have pieces to be good, but like, no, we need some sort of like attitude. We need some sort of identity beyond that binds us together.
Yeah, I mean, and also, too, you need to stop living in the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you need to be like, I don't want to talk about that 17 team. I want to talk about this team right here and making all the changes we need to do to win a championship, because that's every year you go, you got to win a championship. I mean, especially if you're a Yankee player.
Aaron, go ahead, Steve. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, what you're talking about, that edge, that attitude, Donaldson, I feel like, I've been here one day, he's been here 2 days. And I told him when I came, I was like, he's good for the clubhouse. Like, he's going to say whatever the fuck pops in his head to whoever. In his clubhouse, outside of his clubhouse. And that's what you need, like a little bit of fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need that attitude, and he brings that for sure.
So you think Donaldson's going to bring a little spice that this team needed?
He's going to bring that little edge. Yeah, now I don't feel so bad about Gardy not being in there. You know what I'm saying? Because Gardy is that. Like, as much as... he gets out there and plays or whatever, but like he's that gets all of us going.
Yeah.
He can push my buttons to a point to get me going. He can push his buttons. He can push Judgy's buttons to get you ready to just fucking, first of all, beat his ass and then go out and beat somebody's ass. So like, having that, like you need that edge, man. I'm telling you. Yeah. So I think he's gonna be good in that way. I mean, obviously he's gonna hit a lot of home runs, but just in the clubhouse, it's going to be great for him.
And I think fans will love hearing what you just said, Aaron, about like no living in the past with 2017, right? Because like, as you said, for the Yankees, like they don't made it to the ALCS banners, like that's not what this franchise does. Doesn't mean it's not extremely hard to do what you guys did that season or in 2019. It obviously is. It's not easy. We know that. But This is a different beast when it comes to what's actually celebrated and accomplished, what you hang your hat on. And this was something I felt at the end of last year after the wild card game loss. I think that there's value for this group to have a little more of like we need to prove ourselves type mentality. I think that's good for you guys. And so it sounds like that's kind of part of what you're adopting with this 2022 group.
I mean, yeah. I mean, especially being a Yankee, you're constantly reminded. You walk into the clubhouse and you see CeCe on a thing. You know what I mean? You see everybody else, but you don't see you. Like, that means that you need to prove something. Like, you need to do something to make us put you on there. You know what I mean? Like, the 2019, they on there, but you got to do something to prove it. You know what I mean? Like, so until you get that 28th, like, it all don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I want my face all over that mug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to be cheering, being excited. Because, I mean, that's the ultimate goal. And the only way you could do it is that you got to have the mindset that every time I step on the field, I'm about to go play my first game on Saturday, and I'm ready to prove as soon as I get up there that I'm ready to freaking win. Because it starts as soon as you get in the box. Like, I want us to win as many games in spring training because that's what we do. We fucking win. So in order to do that, you gotta win, and you gotta win everywhere.
Hey, Hicksy's got me fired up, see.
Right?
Yeah. This is like there's a focus here. There's a drive here. I can sense it, Aaron. What is it? What am I sensing here? I said, like, I've always loved you. You're a wonderful man. I mean, you're so kind. Even when I've had people on the field, whether it's my wife, my friends, you're always so nice, and I really appreciate it. Like, you're a good dude, and I've always liked you. But I'm sensing something else I like here. I'm sensing some kind of burning passion. Like, there's a fire here that maybe we haven't seen lit before. Am I accurate on that?
I mean, I just don't talk about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, if you're a teammate of mine, like, you know, I'm like that, you know what I mean? But I mean, I just want to win. Like, I'm tired of losing, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we win 100 games, but like, I want to win it all. That's what I mean. That's ultimately what it comes down to, is that I want to win.
And if you put on the Yankee uniform and you come to spring training and you don't feel the weight of all of those rings and those people in the weight room, and you walk down the hall to the training room, and you got Joe Torii and all these different guys down there, right? Like, if you don't want to be on that wall, you should go the fuck home, guys, because you're not in the right spot. Like, you need to go play somewhere else. Like, if that's not your dream to be one of these guys in the hallway or on a mural in somewhere Yankee George Steinbrenner or in the Bronx, just go the fuck home. Yeah. Like, if that's not what you're here for, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're wasting time, because you're wasting everybody's time. Yeah,
you got to leave your mark.
Is there, like, when you guys start spring training, does anybody give that kind of speech? Like, that kind of, like, you know, I mean, whether it's someone like UC who's coming back, I don't know if that happens, or, you know, whether it's Booney or whether it's one of you guys are on the team. Does that kind of thing happen, Aaron?
Well, I mean, you know, I think our phrase for this year is, you know, have some fuck you, you know, because I mean, obviously that's something, you know, that we're missing, and you know, I'm definitely ready to do that.
Yeah. I like that, man.
And you know, I don't cuss a lot.
I know, but you know what? This is great, because I think that's something that, like, the fan base will get behind too. You know, like, I think that's like, I think that's good. See, I think it might pull you out of retirement, man. You might want to go be a left-handed reliever, because I feel like that jives with you as well.
Yeah, you know what's crazy though is that, like you said, like, do guys give speeches? But like, no. But their presence is a speech. Like, when I first got here, Yogi standing over there, like, he don't have to say nothing. Like, he's I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Gator's here, Goose is here, like, Willie Randolph's around. Like, these are what you're trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? So there's no speech to be made or anything like that. It's just fucking stepping in the Yankee lane. You got to understand what you putting on, and I always tell people the pinstripes are super heavy. This shit is a real thing.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel it and embrace it and want to be a part of it, it's going to crush you.
Yeah. It's different.
Well, I have to tell you, this has gotten me very fired up for the start of the season. I think this is exactly what the fan base needed to hear. I think my first spring training game with you guys, although I'm doing it from Connecticut, is March 29th. But then I have a series in April in Detroit. So I'm expecting you to be like 9-1 at that point. And I am, dude, I'm fired up to get there, man. This is like, I love the attitude, love the mindset. I'm happy for you, everything you have going on in your life, Aaron. Congratulations on the upcoming baby as well. And I hope your two little ones are doing great. And congrats on the marriage. And I can't wait to watch you play this season, man. I think Yankees fans are going to listen to this and they're going to be like, let's go. Like, they after a weird off season and some malaise and you know, wondering, well, when's the season to start and everything. I think this is the episode of R2C2 they needed to hear. See, what do you think?
No doubt. Let's go.
No doubt. And shout out to Eastside Golf and the wonderful sweater that C's wearing from them. Look at this. Come on, man. Very good. What's the handicap these days, Aaron?
I mean, I actually haven't been playing that much.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's
like it.
That's not my focus.
Hey.
My shit at 17 this summer, bro.
Hey, man, you know what?
My shit is 17 for the purposes of me playing this summer and winning some money.
To go from 40, to go from 45 to having to keep it at 17 in one summer, that's pretty impressive. See, that was a lot of growth, man.
And just getting started.
Hey, I know. I've seen his 2-iron. Just getting started, man. Just getting started. Aaron, thank you so much, man. We so appreciate you. And good luck on the season. I look forward to catching up with you in person, man.
All right, man. Sounds great. Thank you.
You guys know the deal. New episodes every Thursday, bonus episodes as well. Make sure you're following us on Spotify. You can rate us now on Spotify as well, so make sure you're doing that. And also, check out our new YouTube page. Subscribe for free. We post our full episodes there. It's going well, and we want to continue doing it. So, we're going to continue doing it, but we want to continue spreading the word. So make sure you continue to tell everybody you know. The growth has been great, and we love seeing it. Big thanks to Bobby Wagner, Sadie Zillow, our incredible producers, figuring out a way to do this technologically with C and Aaron together in Tampa and me elsewhere. And special shout out to Nets fan extraordinaire and do everything man, Michael Palmer, for helping get this done as well. Skippy, we love you, baby. We'll see everybody next week. Peace.
Peace.
Later.